And everybody, does everybody know who I'm talking about? Do you remember who I'm talking about from The Legend of the Neville Beast? Okay. So, I don't remember her name, but we're going to be watching that, and I want you to pay attention to the customary. We're going to do like a little, mention person analysis over the animation. Well, over the, the person, voicing her, we're doing the analysis thing with all the terms and everything. We've done a lot of those. And I can't remember the order because I said it, and then, I forgot. But I hope that you're keeping up with all those mention analysis things that I just, have there, okay, following the days. So that's something that I want you to do out of your initiative. Okay. Another thing is, okay, so the 3 people who will be in resemblance is someone who you're going to meet. I have not met her yet because I'm not there. But I do know from the trailer that, and you can see this when you watch the Lifetime ads, which, if you watch ads on Lifetime, it's so stale. Everything about this year, 2020, is stale. Which is going to be the final choreographer that, of the team. Her name is Cheryl Berkey. That's what her name is. Can you remember when you were with her? Okay. So we're going to be meeting her. And she will be coming in with a very unique appearance. I had a cinnamon stick in there. You occasionally get those. Okay. So the resemblance will also be featuring Erin Babs, who, and you know who she is because you were on her team. And she is also in resemblance by the look and then, by the, voice and everything. So those 3 women will be having the resemblance pro. That resemblance pro will be on the weekend, this coming weekend, which will be at the start of Osunsage on November the 22nd. All of them will be here on a Sunday. It will be in, on Sunday morning, late morning on Sunday, November 22nd. And by then, we should have watched the whole show. So, I would divide it into sections. Season 7.5 sections, part 2. Really, but the official. The beginning of the end. The 2 beginning episodes with Abby, is there. Judgment Day approaches and Abby flies the coop. So the beginning of the end. Section 1. Lorian Gibson and her A-list liberation. Section 3. So that would include part 2 and part 1 of Out with Abby and with Chloe and Christy. And the other 2 episodes, which I can remember the names, which would be Stamina, and, all choked up, I think. There's not a whole ton of episodes this season. There's only 30, so it's, it's shorter than some, but definitely longer than season 1. shorter than some, longer than others. Season 1 included. So, I'm trying to think. So, that's going to be the next section. Then there was going to be, the end of the ALDC, which is, Ashley's big decision. And then it is going to be moving into a title, which I don't know yet because I haven't got there. And I think that you're going to be meeting Carol in the new team in town. At least you should be, which is another 2 parts. So definitely get those 2 parts watched, okay? And there's just gonna be a couple funny, funny little tidbits in there. But I don't want to tell you because, they're pretty funny. They made me laugh when I watched it, but I want you all to find out. Okay? So that's basically everything that I have here on the board. Okay? Anything that you want to say? Wonderful. Okay. The moon returned this year. I don't think that, astrologically speaking, it was the right moon. I think that this year would deserve a Cancer moon or a Taurus or Capricorn moon because of the whole situation. But no, I'm not saying any negatives about any sign or any moon placement, but so what happened? That's the energy. So, I'm trying to get over this hump of mine because this is 380, 18 pages. The author of this is Sag. And it is a short book. I could, literally stand up and read it. And the thing is, I feel there's a part of me that feels like I would care less about it if I just stood and, read new parts to you, and the other part of me doesn't. But that's not going to matter anymore to me. So, what that means is I'm going to try something that I never did, and I'm going to kind of get over the little part of me that is going to reject this. But it's going to be the way that it's going to be. So, you said that you had things that you wanted to do. Yeah. With your daughter. Okay. By all means. But did you, any things that you never read out loud before? Yeah, but it's for the first time that you're reading those things. Yeah. And it wasn't, when you were practicing and learning to read, right? Okay. Okay. Well, that's how it's gonna happen. So, now, everybody. Now, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna leave this part of the board up here. Now, I am going to be doing something new. Part of me wants to disbelieve in, but I'm gonna do it. Because, I think that, at least by the end of this month, or, maybe by mid next month, I want to move on to something else, but, we'll see how far we can come. I do think that, reading things on your own would be beneficial because, you get more out of it. But the thing is, here's the reasonings. I don't want to get astrological because I'm going to feel the regrets, but there's already one reason, that's that reason. The other reason is it is a short book. It is in poetry form. It is not the normal format for a book. It's very, very unique. And I feel like if I do that, then I could comprehend that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of step outside the supposed Virgo moon telling me, no, you can't do this, and I'm going to do this. So, these are things I haven't read yet. And I'm going to be reading them out loud to you, reading them in front of everybody here. Okay? So, that's something new that, we're going to do because it's, 318 pages, and I want to get this moving along because I know that I kind of slow down, and, with everything else I'm doing, it would definitely be a great benefit. And there's always going to be other times. But, okay. So, I want you all to grab copies of it. Now, I did give you a little bit of reading, and I just wanted you to get up to page 24. So, somebody, I think that it was you, came up here and, came to me here in this room while I was putting things away and rearranging for another event that was going on last night, which was like I know that, Mobimbi Shoop was taking over here to, run Hermanton because, of, the fact that, Hermanton room is getting redone, and she was going to come, she came here last night, and she was having her mental session in here. My doors are always open to everybody, unless you, cross my line, then that's when they're not. So somebody came to me, anyway, I want to get this moving, and said, when and where do I stop? I can stop at any place, right, she said. And I said yes, because it is written in the poetry format, but it's about reading it in order. But if I had to separate this into chapters, I would say that that this gray mark here, this gray part of it here, would be that's the signal that's the end of one chapter and it's the beginning of next. And then when you flip and you see that gray thing again, then that means that it signifies the next chapter. Okay, so that's what you can make. Now, did everybody come across the curse word in there? I will try to cover it up if I ever find one of those again. But basically, we have, it's in the streets, and, there's policemen, and then a, mass shooting happened and everything, okay? So, I'm going to pull the chair up so that I can focus on what I'm doing. And I'm not standing here, and it's, all for nothing. Okay? I'm going to be right back, okay? I'm just going to head to the restroom, okay? And all of you are going to stay here. And if you didn't get up to that point, then you can, we won't be discussing it. It'll be one more. Why don't we do that?
Do what? What's that? Okay. No problem.
Like, I'm sure that you do that. So like this, first and foremost,
There's no reading going out there.
Okay. No, the other things, it's not in the regular, formatting anyway. So, okay. Now, before we do this, someone asked me about the discussions about it. Here's the thing. I don't want to sound like somebody who just, I don't know how to explain this. I will not be discussing it. There will be other things online that you will use of me discussing it, little, videos that I made, little presentations where I'm going over it. It'll be just like I'm talking here because I just want to read the darn book. I don't want to then have to worry about having to explain it and having to talk about it because, with all the things that I'm doing, it's definitely straining on my mind to do that, so I'm not going to do that. Okay? So, that's just what I want to tell all of you. I don't want any of you to be disappointed. But that's what's going to happen. Okay, so let's try to do maybe 2 to 3 chapters of this. So turning to page 25, I'm going to be reading it slowly so that I can process it. Maybe 2 to 3 chapters. And then the other part of it, I will be, there'll be parts of it that I will be doing on my own, that you'll do on your own, that you'll be reading on your own. Okay, so this is new. And you know what? Let's see. Let's go away for if I'm gonna do this. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay. Now, I'm going in to read it. Well, okay. Okay. So everybody reading along with me. Beautiful. Here we go. It says, in that bag, special soap for my mother's eczema. I've seen her scratch until it bleeds. Pick at the pus, bubbles, and flaky scales. Curse the invisible thing trying to eat her. Maybe there was something invisible trying to eat all of us as if we were beef. Beef gets passed down like name brand t-shirts around here, always too big, never ironed out. Gets inherited like a trunk of fool's gold or a treasure map leading to nowhere. Came knocking on my brother's life. Kicked the darn... Oh, okay. I'll say it. It's not that bad. Damn. Door down. And took everything except his gold chain. Again, it's, written in poetry form. I'm doing this. This is a different format. I'm reading this slowly. Like the, very, very deliberately. Think of, when, where the children, remember that great dance where the children's gone? Reading it very, very, very slowly. And very deliberately. We're gonna get to this chapter, and then I will be talking about something else. Then the yellow tape that says "Do not cross" gets picked up, and there was nothing left to do but go home. That tape lets people know that this is a murder scene, as if we ain't already know that. The crowd backs its way into buildings and down blocks until nothing is left but the tape. Remember on The Great American Read, I remember you saw that. Remember the book Ghost? This is the same author who wrote that. Sean was zipped into a bag and rolled away, his blood added to the pavement galaxy of bubblegum stars. The tape framed it like it was art, and the next day kids would play mommy with it. and I find this hard to relate to, really hard to relate to, because I'm out of weather. You know how sad that is. If he did that. Take some time. Let's stop, heal. Think about that. Think of someone who was close to you, passed on. I don't want to use the word, but I want to say passed on. Think about that. That'd be a good thing to meditate on. Back on the 8th floor, I locked myself in my room and put a pillow over my head to muffle the sound of my mom's mourning. She sat in the kitchen, sobbing into her palms, which she peeled away only to lift glass to mouth. With each sip came a brief silence, and with each brief silence, I snuck in a breath. I felt like crying, which felt like another person trapped behind my face. Tiny fists punching the back of my eyes, feet kicking my throat on the spot when the swallow starts. Stay put, I whispered to him. Stay strong, I whispered to me. Because crying is against the rules. Remember that this is poetry. So this is the kind of thing that would be really good to read out loud because it's poetry. It's written in poetry form. Poetry, is, a recited thing. If I were to, go back and look at this again, then that would not be moving forward, because that's what I did with the, Dragon Rider. It was all perfect. I wanted it to be perfect, and I just went back and did it, and I didn't, it just, I was kind of just, no, I'm not going to do that. So the rules. Remember, he's listing out his rules here. No crying. Don't. No matter what. Don't. No snitching. Don't. No matter what. Don't. So, snitching, like sting. Something, I don't know what that means. So I just want to talk about something real quick before we go on, and I might pick out the pace. So, Scorpio is about death, and this is what, this book is about. So, yeah, it's kind of, sad to, think about, in this situation. But I do struggle to relate to it. Trying to think of similar experience. So Scorpio season is about letting go of certain things that, bother you. It's one of the things I'm letting go of. Taurus holds on to. Taurus, Scorpio, Pluto, Ascension, High Moon, elevated outfit. Evolved. It is about going deep So this Scorpio season, I'm going deep when I'm thinking about how emotional I am, how I, react to certain things, how I think and feel about certain things when I feel emotion, being conscious about that. I don't want to bond anything that I'm going to say, but I wonder if I am feeling like I said about nothing. So, on the next bit of it, so no revenge, being vengeful, going after it. It's like you do something bad to me, I do something bad to you in return. If someone you love gets killed, find the person who killed them and kill them. The invention of the rules ain't come from my brother, his friends, my dad, my uncle, the guys outside, the hustlers and shooters, and definitely not from me. Another thing about the rules, they weren't meant to be broken. They were meant for the broken to follow. So don't be vengeful. Although, you deeply want to. So, we're moving on to the next bit of it now. Next bit of it. Let's go. A bedroom, a square yellow paint. 2 beds, one to the left of the door, one to the right. 2 dressers, one up front of the bed to the left of the door, one in front of the bed to the right. In the middle, a small TV. Sean's side was to the left, perfectly almost. Mine the right, pigsty mostly. Sean's wall had a poster of Tupac and a poster of Biggie. My wall had an anagram I wrote in messed up scribble with a pencil in case Mom made me. Erase it. Scale. Chaos. You're going to find that a lot in this as well. Anagram is when you take a word and rearrange the letters to make another word. And sometimes the words are still somehow connected. Example, canoe and ocean. See how that works? Maybe you can come up with anagrams. Some letters, different words, somehow still make sense together, like letters. The middle drawer was the only thing ever out of place on Sean's side of the room, like a random, jagged tooth.